very much for staying tuned, and we are now in the second and conclusive segment of this program, Development Focus with Jide on ITV. Overnight, there was a jailbreak in the Federal Capital Territory. Perhaps you have read it on news. Well, we do have an eyewitness of that dastardly act that took place in Kuje area of the Federal Capital Territory. The correctional center, they call it now, correctional center, which we better known as prison in the FCT, which is at Kuje Area Council, was breached by unknown gunmen. And we have an eyewitness account. That's Olaogun Matthew, Olaogun Sunkomi Michael. There you have him on the screen. Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Jide.
Good to have you join us virtually.
Thank you so much.
What is the situation now in Kuje as regards the breach at the correctional center? What's the situation now? Is the situation calm?
Who are still not calm because it's something that we actually never expected, just like it has been witnessed in other places. However, the security operatives, they are moving around and both combing the area, both terrestrial and the area view. Because if you can listen very well now, you can hear the sound of a helicopter hovering around the environment. It was actually left everyone in the panicking because my house is just a stone throw from the facility, and it was around 10 p.m. yesterday night that the whole hulabaloo started. Sporadic gunshot, explosion about 3 times, and the gunshot was actually massive, and everyone, let me say almost everyone within the environment is still within the house now because we are, let me say, scared of stepping out because we know some profiling or whatever may be going on, though there's no reports. We don't have authentic reports as to the numbers of escapes. That the facility has, but we are just trying to put our ears on ground so that we can get information to know how to navigate our movement.
Okay. How long did you said it started around 10 p.m. yesterday night. How long was the gunshots and the explosion? How long did it take? Is it for hours or for just about 10-20 minutes? And then do you have whether there are casualties arising from this breach of the correctional facility in Kuje Area Council?
Yeah, the whole scenario lasted for over 2 hours because it started around past 10 p.m. I think, if I'm very correct now, about 10 to 20 p.m. And it lasted till around, should I say, 2 a.m. about. So before normalcy returned to the environment, that at least we didn't hear the sound of gunshot or explosion again. So as of now, as to the number of casualty, I really cannot say because I'm indoor and virtually everyone within the neighborhood, we are indoor now, except for what we are reading online because we cannot, I personally, I can't step out now until I see that everywhere is calm. So I cannot give any categorical statement on whether there was casualty or not.
Okay. What do you think could have warranted the bandits or the government to have come to breach Kuje prison? Is it that there are some high-profile terrorists in that place, or what is the main? What could have been the motive of those unknown gunmen that came to attack the correctional center?
Yeah, thank you so much. The invasion may not necessarily be because the facility actually hosts or is a custodian for high profile criminals, as it were. Because when we look at the trajectory now, the invasion of prison in Nigeria is becoming quite recurrent. And let me take us back to the memory lane, the numbers of events of this nature that has taken place in the past. And at least I have about eight now that I've listed. We remember there was one in Ondo State, in Ondo in 2013. There was another one in Kogi State in 2014. Ekiti also had a share in, I think, 2014 November. And the fifth one, it was in Oyo, October last year, 2021. There was another one in Jos. There was another one in Owerri, that's Imo State, and the most recent one is the one we are talking about now in the FCT. So looking at the trajectory of the event, this is not to say whether I mean, it is because the facility is hosting or accommodating high-profile criminals. You know, the place now being in the city, federal capital territory, and a lot of things taking place here. We really cannot say it is because of that. But perhaps the bandits, the unknown gunmen, they have special attention actually given to all of these correctional facility, and which one may say that it is actually a coordinated target, because for attack on government facility, a security facility for that matter, to be recurrent, it calls for worry and it calls for serious concern by everyone, both the citizens and the government.
Okay. Thanks for taking us through that. We know that even during the NSAS protest of October 2022, 2020 rather, a number of breaches were recorded at many of the correctional facilities. And then, of course, you have talked about Jos, about Oyo Town, about Owerri, and now we are talking of Kuje prison jailbreak. But let's look at it from the social science perspective. When there is a jailbreak, what is the underpinning thought of those who wreak this kind of havoc? And I don't know how long you have been living in Kuje and in that particular apartment where you are. Has this ever happened in Kuje before today, before the one that we witnessed overnight? Has it ever happened in Kuje? Do you know if it has ever happened?
To the best of my knowledge, I don't think I mean, something of this nature has ever taken place. I'm not sure, to the best of my knowledge, because at least I've spent about a year in this environment, and at least I try as much as possible to get historical perspective of the environment from the people, which actually informed one or two things about my decision. So it has never happened, that I can say to the best of my knowledge. However, I also think the recent, or rather the recurring situation of insecurity in the country is another factor that may have actually crossed across the mind of everyone, because I had a deep reflection over this over the night, that why is it becoming recurring, and everywhere is almost polarized, because no one can really predict where next all of these people will go. Because as at 8:30 p.m. yesterday, I still passed the front of the prison gate, I mean, coming out of my house in preparation, I mean, going to my house. So this is to tell us that as at that time, no one can really say that, oh, something of this nature was going to happen. But now that it has happened, the criminal elements, they have shifted their base. Permit me to put it that way. Irrespective of what may be going on around, because of the area survey combing that is going on, these guys, to the best of my knowledge, because the report has it that they came in through the back. I mean, the correctional facility, which to be my own area. That is my own environment. That is to tell us that for this to have happened is not something that actually happened by coincidence. It must mean it must have been planned, masterminded. But I think we should also commend the effort of our security personnel for always actually stepping in a situation like this, because we have been hearing serene here and there, and the repelling of the attack also should be something we should commend. Perhaps if there was no repel from the security guarding the prison, perhaps the story may have been different from what we are hearing now. But we wait for the government to issue a statement so that we will not be saying, presenting wrong data to the public.
Okay. So this has also joined the litany of correctional facilities that have been breached by unknown gunmen. What do you consider to be the impact of this? Let's take, for instance, if this attack on the Kuje prison, if it's successful, that means some of the criminal elements in that facility will have been let loose, and then they mingle with the rest of the society. These are ardent criminal, and from news reports where this has happened previously, there's always a spike in the in the criminal activities in those environments. So, in your own opinion, Michael, what do you think, if this effort is successful, what are the likely impacts that it will have on the rest of the society?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think you have actually pointed out at one or two things. Like, let us take, for example, now the recurring situation in Ondo State after the prison attack took place in 2013, thereabout. And let us look at how the situation of things has been around the Oyo axis and Okiogun axis of Oyo State. This is to tell us that all of these elements that have escaped from the correctional facility, they have actually find their way informally to have integrated themselves back into the society. And the question is, we need to even ask ourselves in terms of data management, how easy it is to actually track all of these individuals that have technically, informally reintegrated themselves back into the society. How easy will it be for the government, the prison management, to actually get all of these people back into the facility? Because there is none of these reports that has taken place in the past, something of this magnitude, that escapes were not recorded in their hundreds. And as of now, we are told that the facility accommodates, about 700 inmates, which is to tell us that there is possibility that some of these out of these 700 people that have been incarcerated in the facility may have escaped into the community, which may have warranted security operatives now to be combing the environment, to be moving around. I know some interrogations may be taking place, profiling may be taking place. However, I think the onus is on us as a public, as members of the public, should now be better informed, better alerted on people living within our food, strange movement within our environment, so that all of these people that may have escaped from all of these facilities will not continue to wreak havoc onto the should I say the law-abiding citizens of the country. So it calls for worry, it calls for concern. And permit me to also add that situation like this, looking at the the structural arrangement of security formations within the Federal Capital Territory, I think there is over concentration of some of these formations in a particular location, which therefore tells us that just as it is in Kuje now, it has been witnessed somewhere around Jide, it has been witnessed somewhere around Nyanya and other areas within the FCT. How quick, how prompt can security operatives, security situation of this nature. For example, we have over concentration of military formation around the Asokoro axis. So just imagine maybe from any of the cantonments, if detachment is to wait into insecurity situation like this, how many hearts will it take to mobilize themselves and visible in? This has to be reviewed. And permit me to also add one or two things, because it's cause for worry. We learned that the prison, Kuje Prison Correctional Facility, as it is called, was established in 1989. The government may have it in the plan that all of this correctional facility should not be located within residential area, which is another call for, because the environment is actually occupied by citizens, houses all around, which therefore tells us that at any time something of this not, if people are not really attacked physically, if there is no physical recorded, the psychological trauma alone. If you can see my eyes now, my eyes are red because I've been up for a reasonable number of hours. Just maybe I didn't sleep for until early hour of the day. So because the tension is there, so I think the government should also look into all of these. Maybe to actually relocate the prison correctional facility out of residential residential areas, because there is no prison facility that I know, to the best of my knowledge, that houses that are not surrounded by houses, which tells us that with the way things are going, the Ministry of Interior, the federal government, should seriously look into this matter so that things will not go out of hand.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olaogun Michael Sunkanmi. You need to take some rest now. I could see your eyes are red from lack of sleep. I imagine myself, if that should happen in my neighborhood, I won't be able to sleep. But now is the time for you to rest. You have said so much about what the government needs to do and what the general public needs to do. Please stay safe and be very security conscious, because the next few days there will be a lot of security hunting around the Kuje and indeed the FCT. But divine protection, I pray for you. Thank you very much for obliging us opportunity to give us a real life eyewitness account of the Kuje prison break that happened overnight. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And viewers, that will be the size of our program today, the development focus with Jide Ojo. That will be the size of the program. If you have enjoyed this, let's meet again next Wednesday. This program is up for sponsorship and advert. You come do business with us. We are at Pape Hill area of Abuja. Ask for ITV, meet with our commercial and marketing officials, and they will give you the details. Till next Wednesday, when I bring a fresh edition your way, I say bye for now.